Welcome to the Discover OMP Integrator for SAP S4HANA webinar and live demo. My name is Gerben van Dijk. I'm working as a product expert in the integration team at OMP, mainly responsible for product management of our integration offering. Today on the agenda, we first start with a brief overview of our user group activities and why we're bringing you this topic. Of course, followed by a live demo on SAP S4HANA integration with some insights on the road to SAP S4HANA, wrapping up the session with some time for Q&A. So the user group activities for those joining our monthly webinar for the first time, the OMP user group acts as a user platform to get the most out of your OMP solution footprint. We do this by organizing webinars on a monthly basis, covering different types of topics, going from training to report outs on product and service innovations, as well as covering some regular customer testimonials. Within the user group umbrella, we also frequently organize councils with a specific industry or technology focus. There's also a private LinkedIn group allowing for direct networking, news and event communication, and the LinkedIn forum provides you access to the past webinar recordings as well. Every year, we organize a conference at a different continent, and we launch surveys at regular intervals to drive continuous improvement and influence our product roadmap. There's also a dedicated user group team that welcomes any feedback. Now, why are we bringing you this topic regarding SAP S4HANA integration? Well, we want to keep you informed about key evolutions in our solution offering and roadmap. Also from an education point of view, bringing you more insights in capabilities and possibilities in integration with SAP systems. Many customers showed high interest for this topic during our conferences in Rotterdam and Sao Paulo. So the values of our integration with SAP S4HANA, first of all, it's a future-proof solution that we're bringing you. A future-proof solution meaning that it's not only working for S4HANA systems, but as well backwards compatible with multiple SAP releases, as such in sync with the OMP customer base roadmaps. The turnkey aspect of our namespace solution is very important. It's bringing you plug-and-play integration for all in-scope planning functions. As our namespace solution is part of standard OMP solution, it allows you to easily configure and extend the integration towards enterprise specifics, resulting in a lower total cost of ownership. Easy monitoring, fast alert mechanisms allow smooth day-to-day integration operations, and because of the multi-ERP compatibility, also fast embedding of acquisitions can be ensured. On the demo today, we will start with the download configuration and execution with SAP S4HANA. We'll see here the easy extensibility, making use of the power of our namespace solution in your SAP system, and handling the possible differences between your SAP systems in a smart way. Also, the upload towards SAP S4HANA will then be tackled, where we again will see seamless communication and handling of the possible differences between the SAP systems. Finally, ending up with the impact that SAP S4HANA systems are bringing, and as well how OMP assists you on your road to SAP S4HANA. So let's get started with the demo. For the demo, we switch first of all to our download configuration tool. So first of all, we'll here see how you configure a download with SAP systems. As said, we're handling the differences under the hood. This means that this tool remained the same as you already have seen for integration with your ECC systems. So we still have here on the left side the navigation bar with on the top the different download IDs which we have, referring to the entire set of configuration for a specific download of data out of SAP systems. Then some status information, some various actions that can be undertaken, and very important at the left bottom, we see here the different types of data that we can extract based on various IDOC types. If we take a look into one of those, for example, for the LOISTD, we take a look into the structure, then we see that still, as we had for ECC systems, we also have for S4HANA systems, various segments inside these IDOCs. We have a couple of standard segments, but as well lots of extensions towards a standard IDOC in order to allow you easy extension of the extracted data from SAP into the OMP system. So let's take a look at some of the expansions. So we have class and characteristic segments for batch information, for example, and then for various types of movements, we have various extension segments. An interesting one is a sales order segment. I can simply get the available fields from related tables by clicking on the Get Fields button, and then the fields are fetched from your SAP system and available in the Segment Fields tab. Fetched from your SAP system from related tables, meaning not just tables like VBAK, VBAP, immediately sales order and sales order item tables, but as well tables related to the customer, which is linked to the sales order, and address information for that customer. People who are familiar with SAP S/4HANA might notice here as well VBUK, VBUP, while these tables are no longer in use in SAP S/4HANA. Well, as said, we bring one solution which is backwards compatible with as well your other SAP systems, and as such, inside the solution, you have the possibility to select fields from these tables, but our namespace solution will guarantee that when you use such a configuration, that the fields are fetched from the right tables, depending on the underlying SAP system. So here again, all the differences are handled under the hood, and you can simply choose which fields you want to add to your download per table. Important, we fetch the fields from your SAP system, meaning also fields like Z fields are available. Custom added fields to these tables are available and can simply be added via the drag and drop feature into the used fields of your download. When you change something in the configuration and you're entirely happy with how the configuration now looks like, you can easily upload this configuration into the SAP system, making use of some effective consistency checks already on the SAP side. And once loaded into SAP, you can start making use of this configuration for download execution. So for download execution, we go to our OMP Dispatcher tool. The OMP Dispatcher is a tool that we use for orchestration of the tasks which are usually executed in background. So what we see here is we have a certain procedure to execute an SAP integration. And in this procedure, we have some jobs which will be executed in a certain order. The jobs are linked to each other via job links, which ensure that the jobs are executed in the correct order. You can start such a procedure by clicking on the Start Job button, but as well, and more often used, of course, you have schedules available to say at which moment in time that a certain integration has to be executed. Follow-up of the active executions can be done via the Manage Cycles context. There you get an overview of the last couple of executions of the various jobs which have been executed, and you have very easy access to the log files of the different types of jobs. For the more longer term follow-up, there are elaborated statistics available, which allow you easy insights in how often integration was executed, whether or not there have been failures, what the average duration was, and so on and so on. Okay. So now we've seen how you configure the download of data from SAP systems into OMP. As you've seen, there's no difference there whether this is an SAP S/4HANA or an ECC system. Also in the OMP tool for planning, we don't see any difference. So we here have the OMP Plus, and let's make a very simple example here. We have a certain product, FG126, in plant 1710, and we see that here the inventory goes below zero in a couple of days because of some independent requirements coming up. Let's say we want to make a very simple plan to replenish exactly these requirements. So we add a plan for the same quantities, meaning that our inventory will remain stable. Now, Okay, we have this plan. We want to load this into the SAP system. As said, also here, everything remains exactly the same. By clicking on this button and executing the upload procedure, the system will look in the background to which system, which SAP system the data has to be sent. So in case it's linked to multiple SAP systems, it will derive which system this data has to be sent to, and it will ensure that the communication toward that system is done in the correct way, regardless on whether this is an SAP S/4HANA system or an ECC system. So no one has to take care of that. This is all handled under the hood. We see here that 2 plant orders have been created. We immediately got that feedback as well. We see those IDs 1658, 1659. And if we now go into our SAP system and we refresh the stock requirements list, then we see here as well the same 2 plant orders popping up, 1658 and 1659. So with that, we conclude the demo part of this webinar. So we have seen in our download configuration tool the fluent and easy configuration of an IDOC extension segment, where again all differences are handled under the hood. We have seen fluent execution of the download of data from an SAP system into the OMP system, and also the way back, sending changes from OMP into your SAP S/4HANA system. So on your road to SAP S/4HANA, you will encounter a lot of steps that you will have to take. OMP has been actively sensing the evolutions regarding SAP S/4HANA throughout the last couple of years by gathering lots of knowledge via following the latest news, visiting SAP conferences, having roundtable discussions with our customers who are already implementing SAP S/4HANA systems, and of course in-house SAP S/4HANA systems to ensure that we have a solution ready as soon as possible. We see that our customers on their road to SAP S/4HANA have important decisions to make. They have to decide whether to go greenfield or an upgrade of current systems, whether or not to make use of simplifications, how to migrate, stepwise, big bang, and so on. We see that simplifications of SAP S/4HANA anyhow impact integration with other systems. There are various simplifications bringing changes to the data model, to functional logic, and to interface and RFCs, which are either adapted, blacklisted, or deprecated. OMP is providing you here a future-proof solution. A future-proof solution which supports R3 ECC business suite systems, whether or not on HANA, which supports S/4HANA systems, and even more important, mixed landscapes. We do this by handling the differences under the hood, ensuring that the communication format is stable and that towards the users of our tools, there's no difference regarding whether there is an R3, an S4, or a mixed landscape of SAP systems behind the scenes. This is very important, especially during the migration to SAP S/4HANA. Typical integration between an OMP and an SAP system look as we can see here. So on the left-hand side, we have an SAP ECC system. On the right-hand side, we have an OMP system. And we plug into the SAP system our OMP namespace solution, which allows a fluent communication between SAP and the OMP integration layer. Now, when migrating to SAP S/4HANA in a big bang, the ECC system is simply replaced by an SAP S/4HANA system, and making use of the same namespace component, we can simply ensure fluent integration with SAP S/4HANA. Most customers, however, are currently not looking into a big bang migration, but might rather migrate stepwise, plant by plant, or business unit by business unit. Also here we have perfect coverage. With our mixed landscape integration, we can easily support you in your stepwise transition, moving more and more data from your ECC system into your S/4HANA system, finally ending up with all data in your SAP S/4HANA system. Our mixed landscape support allows you to easily configure which data has to come from which system, and execution-wise, all the differences will be handled under the hood, ensuring that on OMP side, you see one solution. Our roadmap for SAP S/4HANA integration. Today, we are SAP S/4HANA compatible. We covered the disruptive simplifications that are coming with SAP S/4HANA and offer seamless integration for mixed landscapes. To ensure a good solution, we partnered up with key customers. On the midterm, we're further investigating other new techniques, such as CDS views, SAP Cloud, Cloud Platform integration. And we're extending our integration solution and possibilities, making use of these new techniques and functionalities. On the long term, we aim for an S4 tailored solution for integration, and as well, of course, we'll keep on covering new simplifications coming with new SAP S/4HANA releases. So, as you see, we did not just make a solution for SAP S/4HANA. We wanted to bring you a solution which is easily and fully compatible with as well SAP S/4HANA systems as legacy ECC systems and, more important, mixed landscapes. As we have achieved here a very nice design, we are sure that with this we're taking away one concern during your migration to SAP S/4HANA. Nevertheless, we believe it's very important to have decent looks into integration throughout the various phases of your migration towards SAP S/4HANA. Already during the design phase, each potential design change is a potential change in integration. The choices for landscape and transition method are very important. During the analysis phase, the impact of simplifications can be further analyzed and migration templates can be prepared. During migration, it's very important to have the integration set up as early as possible. This allows you early data validation and feature testing, ensuring a smooth go live. Of course, also after go live, it's important to keep systems up to date and maintained well, following the update cycles of the various systems. I hope you enjoyed this webinar. Wish you a nice day. Bye.